you going to?
Nothing.
Stand up to bullies. What's up? What's going on, y'all? How's it feeling? What up, Jay? Thank y'all, Boss Squad, for joining us for another live Tea with Monique panel discussion. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited. Listen,
I'm excited.
I look forward to this every Wednesday.
Me too. And listen, like I am on like another level right now. I've been drinking like my little healthy juices and stuff. So my energy level is like up to here right now. I just feel really good and stress-free. I'm just like loving life right now. Huh?
You look stress-free. Just
I ain't got nobody hating on me, Glow.
Oh my God. There's always a secret hater somewhere.
Oh my goodness. What is up, everybody? Shout out to our moderator, Mary. Mary, thank you for being up in a place today again. What is going on? Everybody in the comment section already starting. What will we talk about tonight?
Do y'all have y'all drinks? Because I got two.
Listen. I messed around and drank some champagne with y'all last time. And then drank more champagne and almost finished the whole darn bottle by the time I was done with Not for Lazy Moms Wine Down Wednesday. I ain't fooling with y'all tonight. I'm drinking my good juice and then I'm gonna drink some wine later.
Listen, I got you.
Yes. Well, listen, I am ready to start introducing this amazing lineup. Everybody, whoever is here right now, go on ahead and hit that like button. Thank you. Give me a like. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And you know what? If you really like me, do me a favor. It won't cost you anything. Just go ahead and subscribe to all of my channels. Not for Lazy Moms, Mila Eve Essentials, Tea with Monique. And then just one day when you just have nothing to do, just scroll and just hit like on all the videos. Just all of them. You ain't even gotta watch them. Just go ahead and hit the like button. That'll do me a favor. So that's all you gotta do if you like me. All right, Jay, come on. Let's get this thing going.
Yes.
Go ahead. Who we got coming up first?
Oh, okay. Hey, so we have some amazing guests tonight. Okay, we have the dynamic duo Bravo While Black.
Hold on. Let me pull them up on the screen. We have Kaya and Aaron. What is
Hey, what's up? We're so glad to be here.
Yes. I'm so happy to see you.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Who we got coming next to the screen?
We have the amazing Mitchell Kimbrough. Mitch, what?
Mitch. What's up, Mitch? Oh my God, hold on. Let me shout out this super chat. Thank you so much, Wheeler. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, who we got coming next? Let's get a drum roll going. I need some like sound effects.
We have Rodri, who is the owner of the Grand Dame Karen fan page on Instagram, I think, right?
Grand Dame of Potomac.
Oh yeah, Grand Dame of Potomac. Sorry.
The Grand Dame of Potomac. Love your page too. And
can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I cannot wait for this pandemic to be over so me and my girls can turn up to Drag Queens by Monique. I came to work.
Yes.
I came to say, hey.
Yes. We got to get some live shows going, like for real. They mess with
I'll be there.
With these shenanigans. Darn COVID. Miss Rona is just annoying at this point, like for real. Yes. And last but not least, who do we have?
The beautiful, the outspoken Marcella.
I came to work. I came to slay. I want to know how we gonna play with that Mila Eve.
Hey, come through the rhymes. Yes. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this amazing panel. My goal is to just show love to all of the amazing YouTubers, Instagram platforms, whomever has shown love to Bravo and to me while I was on the show. And y'all platforms, y'all are hilarious. I love following y'all, seeing all of the little shade and all those other things. Now, normally every week, and Marcella is out here giving super chats from this darn stage. Thank you, Marcella. Listen, you know what? Somebody need to tell me where them super chats go, because I ain't seen none of them hit my account. Somebody give me a clue, please. But listen, I am so excited because we are shifting from the normal Q&A that we've been doing, and we're shifting more into panel discussion. So I'm going to have some questions for y'all too. So let's
Okay.
Yeah, I got some things I need to get off my chest for y'all.
I can't wait, honey.
All right, let's do it. What we got, Jay?
All right. First of all, I'm happy to see everybody. You all look amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of throw you out there. Hopefully you're prepared because you guys had a lot of good, juicy things to talk about. And if anybody, can relate to what we're talking about, if you feel it deep down in your spirit, feel free to chime in once, everybody's done talking. But I did want to leave the floor to Mitch because, Mitch, he's the homie. I love him. And I know Mitch loves Monique, and he had a really good, interesting topic that he sent me earlier. Mitch, would you like to go ahead and start off?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Monique, I am really curious about this in particular. I've been thinking about it for a little while now. But what feedback do you have for Bravo moving forward with its housewives and its talent? What feedback do you have for them just so they can improve as a platform?
The feedback I would give them is to make sure that they have a more diverse staff. So if you're going to have a diverse show, or if you're going to have shows that have different ethnic groups, you need to make sure your staff matches that. Diversify your staff the same way you diversify your investment portfolio. So you got to mix it up, because at the end of the day, we're all different. We come from different backgrounds. We have different ethnicities, and there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that. And just make sure you have people who understand whatever cultures that you're dealing with, and things will go a lot smoother.
They also need therapists.
That is supposed to be a given, because my first season, a therapist called and he rushed me off the phone, but that was supposed to be something that's offered to you when things happen, or if you feel like you need to talk to somebody. That was the first and only time I ever talked to a therapist by way of them. Any other therapist I've spoken to has been because I went on my own. Like, for instance, this past season, when I sought therapy, it was out of my own pocket. It was my own doing. And when I really think back on that, they should have had a therapist on staff for everybody. Everybody should have had a therapist after that whole incident went down. Point blank, period. Everybody should have had a therapist without a doubt, or at least been offered therapy. And instead of just like trying to watch a whole show unfold, it should have been something that was taken very seriously. I took my journey very seriously, to the point where I was like, you know what? Release me. 2 days after the fight, when I talked to my VPs, I said, please release me from my contract. I don't want to do this no more. Sent Bravo Legal an email, and I got the receipts to prove it too. So I ain't just talking. Sent them an email, and I said I would like to be released from my contract 2 days after the fight. And that is how serious I was taking the whole incident. And then when I went and found a therapist and all of that, now that I've done therapy, I don't understand how I've done all of those years and not had a therapist, because it was just so refreshing to be able to get things off your chest and just be transparent with somebody about whatever's going on in your scenes. Because I don't want to come home with that type of energy and talk my husband's head off about it. So there was times where I just held it in, or, didn't talk about it at all. So I wish that they would offer that. They need to offer that, because it's very stressful. And it's even more stressful when you have people who are so thirsty that they'll do anything for a storyline. And it doesn't matter, how they destroy somebody in order to get it.
Wow. I think that's really interesting that you guys did have a therapist. And I'm just referencing, how they made the fight or whatever it was a very serious topic the whole season long at the reunion, etc. So if it was so serious, where's the therapist? Like, why, if it's so serious, why are we not getting the outlets that you guys are supposed to provide to us? I don't understand that.
I think
because we are not people. We are pawns in a big scheme, and we are there to just be little robots and do our job. And I don't flow like that. So clearly, that's what it is. Don't nobody really care about us. Like, come on.
I think it comes down to, in a big way, like taking care of your people, taking care of the full concept of that total person, making sure they're in good shape, so they can have the best performance, you know, so they can get the best product.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Mitch. It sounds a little muffled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of people believe that that fight was scripted, and I was saying no. There were feelings involved. There was that wig shift from Candace trying to hold that. She needs to get some glue, just like you got Mila Eve. She needs to. She needs to let us know what was on that head. But what I'm saying, they believe it's scripted, and I want you to explain, is any of that scripted? Is any of the storylines scripted or made up just for the cameras?
Listen, I can't speak for what everybody else does on our show. But when it comes to me, Monique Samuels, and the Samuels family, we ain't scripted. We show up, we do us how we are. How we are on the show is how we always are. I'm not acting, I'm not doing any of that. And nobody tells me what to do. And if they make a suggestion and say, oh, you should say this, if that's not something that I would actually say, I'm not saying it. I'm like, no. And then later on, I'll hear somebody else say the same line. I'm like, oh, they got somebody else to do it. I don't roll like that.
Well, I'm glad.
So is it not so much of scripting per se, but more like persuasion, maybe?
It's more so about, from what I can see, it's more so about making sure that each story that is being filmed connects to the next scene. So it's about being cohesive. So if I'm talking to Marcella about something and it's just us, well, at some point, that's probably a conversation that we'll share amongst the group. But I might forget about the conversation we had, or I'm not thinking about that. So it might be just a nudge like, oh, don't forget to bring up the conversation that you and Marcella had, you know? So it's not scripted at all. Not for me. I've never been scripted. I've never had anybody like come to me with writing on a paper and say, hey, say this. So it doesn't work like that. Not for our show. It really is reality. But I mean, you have some people that get all into it and be acting and thinking that they on the darn scripted TV show, soap operas and crap. But
what I wanted to say is, go Mitch.
Hold on, Mitch, go ahead.
Oh, so basically folks are guided. It sounds like folks are guided. You're right. Not scripted, but more so guided in whatever direction.
There's some guidance just because when we start out the season, it's just free flow. It's just whatever happens. And if there is guidance, that's usually later on down the line as a story is being built. And we don't know what the story is. We're just showing up, living our reality, you know? So
I think that's why people like Real Housewives of Potomac so much, more than, you know, Beverly Hills or the other shows, because you guys are like genuine and you guys can't really get away with certain things that other shows can kind of get away with. Potomac is like everything that's happening is really happening, and there's multiple things happening per season. You guys don't linger on to one thing so much. And that's why that show is so successful with you guys.
Yes, no, I agree in the sense that our show usually does move very swiftly from one issue to the next. And that's what I did like about it. But this past season, that was the first time that we really had something linger on for so long. Like really, since, I mean, not since I've been there, I don't ever remember there being an ongoing lingering of anything. So yeah, that was unfortunate. You know, I guess they thought that would be entertaining, but people like when there's resolution. People like drama, but they also like resolution. It would have been a bigger moment had the whole group come together and say, hey, we need to sit these ladies down. We got to talk. We got to fix this. That would have been a way more powerful season. But when real hate enters a show, all of that goes out the door. And then that devil shows the head. And by that time, it gets so dark and ugly. And the viewers aren't stupid. Everybody that watches the show, they know what time it is. You can clearly see what's happening behind the scenes. So that's why some people had questions like, none of this season makes sense. Why is this person not liking that person? What is the tension? Where is this coming from? Because it was literally like two shows happening, one on TV and one behind the scenes.
Well, I want to ask you from my spirit. I wanted to ask you from my spirit, and this is what I saw. You and Candace were genuine friends. You nurtured her like a little sister. Do you feel that one day that y'all could come together, talk, and try to get over this? Because I saw that you genuinely cared about her. You genuinely, not on TV's kind of top. I'm talking about you cared about her. Do you think that one day y'all could come together and communicate what went wrong, not on camera, just you and her? Because you don't strike me as the friend that I'm going to cut you off forever. You don't strike me as that person.
I'm a Libra. Whore.
He's a Libra.
I'm 0 or I'm 100. And I've learned that once you show me who you really are, I'm done. And it's not like this was the first time. This was not the first incident.
Yeah.
So I'm done. Like I gave you like 3 strikes, you're out. You know, and that's in front of the camera and behind the scenes. And I'm not for any friendship that's not 50-50. I shouldn't be putting more into it, looking out for you than you are putting into it and looking out for me. It should be 50-50. And at a certain point, you realize, oh, wait, I'm being used, you know? So, yeah, no, I had a genuine respect and admiration for her. And clearly that wasn't that wasn't what she had for me. And that's fine. But just don't act one way. The one thing that I can respect, and I use the word respect very loosely, the one thing that I can respect about Ankles is that she don't like me, and I know she don't like me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like her, and she know I don't like her. Point blank, period. So don't come around trying to act like you showing this friendly face. And like Michael X said, you know, it'd be the ones that come up in there with their sheep clothing on, acting like they down for you. And they'd be the main ones stabbing you right in your back. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Put a chat as Aunt Niecy.
Oh, Niecy. Okay.
Follow, speak for your. Oh yes, follow, speak with your girl Marcella. Love you, Monique. Forget Candy, she toxic. Yeah.
Monique, can I jump in with a question?
Yes.
So I'm curious, just listening. I'm really curious to know: would you receive the possibility of Candace wanting to get back on track and course correct your relationship?
This woman wanted me in jail. She played a part in an incident, knew she played the part, and would never admit it.
Yeah.
And 7 days after the fight, her attorney threatened to sue me civilly, and then followed through with a complaint if I didn't give them what they wanted. They wanted money. Like they literally told my attorney that we are going to sue you and Bravo's going to capture it all, and did not care if I ended up in jail or anything. Didn't even read the contract. Didn't even realize that we can't sue each other if something happens on set. We hold each other harmless. We signed in our contract. So what they tried to do was go around the back door. They were like, okay, we're going to file this complaint. And if we win, then we're going to sue her. Would you be friends with somebody like that? Like, would you ever like even want to hear them out? She wanted to put me in jail. She wanted to be paid by me for an altercation that she took part in. Like, who does that? I got hit in the face with a glass, had to go to the dentist and get my whole mouth checked and everything else. And it took weeks for that to heal. And I never once thought, let me go press charges on her. I could have. She hit me with a glass. That's assault with a weapon at that point. And I never once even thought or desired to see her in jail. Like, so that mindset, that hate. And then
the knife. She had knives.
Well, look, then you wanna try to sue me so I can pay for the house that your mama about to pay for or did pay for. No, ain't gonna do it. Like I'm done. Like that's just nasty behavior to me, you know.
So you view it as unforgivable. It's unforgivable.
It like I have nothing for it. Yeah. I just have nothing for it. I've moved on. I've accepted. I've forgiven myself, which was most important. I gave her and offered her an apology for my part. She never offered me an apology for her part. Yeah. You know, and I'm fine with that. I don't even need it. I'm good. So there's really nothing left there. Like, I can't imagine me suing somebody knowing that I played a part in the whole incident that went down. Like, I just can't even imagine that.
What upset me more about that whole situation is when Candace sued, people were like, oh yeah, Monique should be held responsible. But then when you filed a countersuit, everyone was like, whoa, Monique, you can't do a countersuit. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you suing her back? Why are you bringing Ashley into it? Like, to me, you could really see the double standards from the get-go. And that moment, it like really, you could really see it was all everybody against Monique.
Yes.
Mhm.
It was awful. It was not a fun place to be in. And I'm just glad that the state of Maryland saw right through the BS and threw the mess out.
Yeah.
And I even told her at the reunion, because she was upset talking about, I could have told Robin to write me a statement about you and the umbrella incident. And I said, well, then you should have. I'm like, you could have did that. I said, but if you would have had a real attorney, not an ambulance chaser, he would have gave you better advice. They ain't sure that.
And it looked like the consensus with the group was jail. Like it's like the whole group kind of was in unison about that, like a big question mark.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, we are filming a show here.
Mhm.
Like, come on, she's acting like she got darn near murdered. Like,
I did want to step in really quickly before we switch gears, because first of all, Monique, you know I'm real protective over you. Love you.
thank you. Hold on one second, Michelle. Thank you so much for the super chat. Love you too. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, you know I'm real protective over you. And when I had the fan page, I kind of took what you were doing. You really let people say what they wanted to say in the comments. You didn't block, you didn't delete. You let them say what they had to say. But I did want to speak on this in particular. I know a lot of people were trying to understand why you still speak on the past season or answer certain questions, etc. I want to say that after the fight, in my opinion, you were silenced. You didn't get to get your point across. You didn't get to state the facts or your opinions or what led you to that point. So for everybody who does have a problem with you still speaking on it to this day, even though it is something that happened in your life, I mean, now it's your time to speak. And I personally don't appreciate the people who have a problem with it, because everybody, even the people who weren't involved, got to have an opinion, except the main person who the was on. So just want to let y'all know to cut it.
I appreciate that. And honestly, it's this simple. If y'all don't want to hear me talk about it, log out. That's simple. It's just a click of a button. Listen, if I can go 19 weeks of allowing people to show whatever they want about me and talk however they want about me, and then an additional 3 weeks of the reunion, spending it however you want, y'all don't even know about the stuff that was happening behind the scenes of me being silenced, not able to get press opportunities because they didn't want me speaking my truth. They knew if I got a big press opportunity, I'm going to tell the truth, and that's going to mess up their whole storyline. So I was silenced for over a year. I couldn't talk about the fight. Once it actually, season rolled around, everybody doing press. They tried to put me on a press ban, and I did nothing. How you ban me from press? And I ain't do nothing. I ain't even been talking. So I'm going to keep running my mouth as much as I want, because it feels good to get it off my chest. Finally, I can talk about it. Y'all know how hard it is for me not to talk. So look here. If y'all want silence, y'all better rewind to 2019. November.
I love it.
So
Your silence spoke volumes. You just do not know. Your silence spoke volumes. When you're paying an attorney, you have to listen to him. And the people on my page, my whole page is dedicated to you. And I'm saying that the girls and men on my page wanted to fight for you. Even me, I was like, I'm going to sign all my money over to my husband, separate from his tail, and I'm going to fight. And then when I need legal help, I need to borrow some money from it. That's how much I care for you, because in my younger day, you were me in my younger day. I can take so much, but when you come in my space, I have to slap you down. And I just want to be on welfare when they ask me, how much are you worth? I'm going to say, I'm on welfare. I get food stamps. And I
Listen, look, it is what it is. But now I'm able to just be as free as a bird and do what the heck I want. And it feels really good. And that's why this smile is going to stay just like this. But I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for the support and those that actually understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is another thing y'all got to understand. For those who are like, yes, exactly. Ride it till the wheels fall off. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this is another thing that I want y'all to understand. There have been people, pages, YouTubers, people in press who were also silenced because of me. There were people being accused of being paid by me, so they disregarded you. There were people being told that they were being very biased just because they supported me. There are people who wanted to do interviews with me, went through the whole, the whole situation to try to get to me so that I can get an interview with them, and they were denied interviews because of their support of me. So I appreciate the people that literally stuck it out and rode for me regardless. You'll see some people in the next few weeks as the next few weeks go on, and I'm gonna tell you exactly who was blackballed, who was banned or blacklisted because of their support of me. Like, it's just low down. This is people's livelihood.
So
Some people make a full-time living off of doing YouTube pages and blogs and all of these different posts. Like, for some people, that is their living. For some of y'all make more money than them housewives of Potomac. So I wasn't lying when I said that little check. Look, YouTubers be making money. Look, but
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is so interesting because Monique, I don't know if you can see it, but you do have the biggest base of support in a really big way. So it is surprising to hear that folks supporting you are being silenced or almost treated as a minority. Because if you look closely, at least from a fan looking in, it's pretty massive. Do you guys also see that?
Well, my page deleted for
hopping off of what Mitch said. Oh, sorry, Jay. Sorry. Hopping off of what Mitch said, going in, you can kind of tell Bravo thought Giselle was going to be the it girl, and she was going to have, she was going to be the it girl of Potomac. And then Monique came in, and everybody loved Monique. And it's so hard for Bravo and Giselle to get the concept that Monique is a fan fave. We love Monique. No matter if you put Giselle in the chat room and if you put her Married to Medicine, we like Monique. We don't like ankles.
I'm gonna tell you when I fell in love with Monique. When she came into the little tea thing, she had those Star Wars ponytails, and Giselle said, "Well, do you have a home?" And she said, "I have 4 homes." And I said, "That's it, girl. That's it."
Goodness gracious, y'all. No,
it's so crazy just running. Like, we don't get paid for anything, but we've been around for when Potomac premiered, because you guys got pushed back, obviously. We had only been around for a few months, but people definitely think that you paid fan pages, and it's like, I wish, number one, but number two, it's like you should definitely reflect to see why all of these people, after seeing what they see on TV, after seeing the reunion, after hearing both sides, are still supportive. You should just reflect and see why Monique has a strong fan base. And you can't really pay for this kind of like genuine love that we have for you, even after you quit the show.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. And well, I guess what upset me the most is that I'm just a person who just likes to get along with people. I appreciate people who support me. If you post me and I see it happening often, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna talk to you. If you DM me, I'm gonna talk to you. Like, I that's just who I am. And to basically be criticized because I'm a nice person and I just like talking to people, I was just like, wow. But what you should be doing is talking to the people who are writing stories about you. You should be allowing them to get to see who you are so that they can write about you outside the show and show who you truly are as a full person. Like, you're in a show where you get a total of 4 minutes per episode of just you, if that, So I just feel like the whole idea of not being friendly or talking with quote unquote bloggers as if you weren't people, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. When my husband played in the NFL, I was his business manager. And anytime I was organizing his calendar, I'm talking to the very press people that are writing about him. That was something that I did naturally. It's common sense. You build relationships. That's how you move ahead in life. is you create relationships. There may be something I can do for you. There may be something you can do for me, but it's genuine relationships that you're creating. And then those people appreciate that. And then they want to do even more for you. And then it's vice versa. It's like, okay, you looked out for me, I'm gonna look out for you, and back and forth. It doesn't have to be anything shady behind it or anything conniving behind it at all. It doesn't have to be a payment behind it either. Like, come on. But I mean, it's a compliment. They acting like I'm rich. If I'm paying everybody. Insane.
Yeah, I did want to, before we switch gears, I did want to piggyback on the whole, people thinking you're paying people, etc. And I honestly did not know that you having supporters was really a big issue. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I will say, for those who don't know, I did run the Monique and Portia fan page, and I found out, I haven't even told you, Monique, somebody from Bravo is the reason the page is gone.
What I say? I told you. That's why I posted it. Remember when I posted in my stories right away? I knew it because I know how they roll.
And when I found out, I was like, oh, well, she did tell me. And the people, I was talking to who have experienced things like this in the past, the people up there in Bravo or whoever they are really, there's some grimy people.
Yes. And I've even noticed on my account personally, since quitting the show, I've noticed that my page is very hard to find. Like, as far as if I make a new post, a lot of people aren't seeing it. It's like shadow banned or whatever they call it. Yeah. Even with my stories, when I'm posting stories, I used to get close to 100,000 views per story. And now it's like, sometimes it's 2,000, sometimes it's 5,000. And I'm like, hold on, I got almost 600,000 followers. And you mean to tell me only 2,000 people saw my story? So trust me, they be up there doing all kind of crap, but you ain't gonna shut me up. It ain't gonna happen. And if you want to pick a fight, let's do it. Ask Candace.
Jay, do you think you getting banned the way you were, do you think it had anything to do with trying to protect like another housewife of Potomac, like let's say Giselle, trying to protect her from different posts that might put her in a particular?
Well, let me say this. My page, since it started, I personally feel like it was a target. Because I started the page right at the beginning of season 5, and we all know what season 5 consisted of. So I had a personal run-in with Candace where she came on my page, said what she had to say, and blocked me.
That's it. One second. Sorry. Thank you so much, Hoover fan, for the super chat. What do you think now that you saw Giselle pushed you during the altercation? Well, that definitely escalated the fight. Definitely. I thought that was Candace that pushed me. I did not realize that until I saw the raw footage. So I was like completely shocked. I was like, the whole time I thought that was her. So I'm like, yeah. So yeah, and we talked about that at the reunion, but they ain't show up.
Yeah, but anyway, sorry. But when I first started the page, it was the height of season 5, the fight, everybody already kind of picked their side, whatever. I know for one, Candace was not a fan of the page. We had a little comment back and forth. She came on my page, blocked me. So I really don't know what people are capable of outside of Instagram. But that was like the early part of the season. But I had people, Candace told people that I was Monique's brother or cousin, and that I was the one running, like I was a family member running the page, et cetera, et cetera. And this is before me and Monique even had like a personal relationship. Like, it was a fan page.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's true. He's telling the truth.
Yeah, and this is like me and Monique did in DM. Like, this is early. But time went on, people still felt like I was Monique's sibling. And I don't know how many people report the page or send it to their friends. Like, there's no way for me to know that. But I will say that once I put the story out there, which I didn't even know I was doing, I just thought it was public knowledge about Giselle confirming herself that she had a meltdown, which is so minor out of everything else in the world. I don't know why this particular subject was such a big issue. I posted about her saying she had the meltdown herself because Andy himself denied and said it never happened. I just posted it because I was just like, oh, that's a lie, but it's fine. And out of nowhere, I did some digging. I didn't know that the video had made it to a blog and that other YouTube channels were picking it up. So apparently it picked up some attention.
Wow.
And probably got the right person's attention, because as soon as I posted like, oh, this made the blog, within 25 minutes, the
Yep.
page is gone.
Well, Jimmy, I saw the post. And the way you put it together was in a very comprehensive way for anyone looking in. Maybe they didn't know. I think it probably was perceived as problematic, right? Because it brought so much traction to it, and
Yeah.
person saw it.
Well, you know, I don't care how old a situation is. If there's truth and I know the truth, I'm going to talk about it. And, you know, if I see somebody publicly denying and lying, when I'm not going to post anything that I don't have anything to back it up with. So when I saw somebody speak openly and I had the information to back it up, I'm just doing the people a good service.
Right.
And
Making nothing up. They did it to themselves.
yeah, it's not like it was an allegation or a lie. It was actual factual from the person's mouth.
Yes. Thank you, Cedric Green, for the super chat. Hey, Monique, my Libra sister. Hello. Was Robin's provoking behavior towards you ever addressed in season 3 Umbrella Gate? No, they skirted right over that. It was no big deal. I mean, you know, I guess if you have green eyes and you look, you know, close to Caucasian, they're fine with it.
They use the umbrella situation as like an add-on to your aggression, but do we not remember Robin is the one who walked up on you?
Yeah.
Right.
And Ashley.
And the thing was, and this is what I didn't know until the next season, when I left out of the restaurant, I didn't realize that Karen kicked everybody else out. Because I left, because I was like, I feel myself getting to that boiling point. I said, I'm out of here. Well, they held my car. So I'm waiting for my valet ticket, and some people held my car. So I'm standing outside like, where's my car? They were purposely wanting something to go down. So let's put that out there. So the whole time I'm waiting for my car, here they all come. And I'm like, I'm trying to get away from y'all. And y'all are all, 3 of y'all are coming after me. So of course I'm gonna be right in defensive mode, popping off and everything else, because I feel like my back is against the wall. So what you do when you in a corner, you're gonna start popping off, and then you know whatever might happen. But don't come after me, push and pry and poke me, and then act surprised when you see the response. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that pisses me off about it. But I don't know.
No, definitely.
Yeah, but don't worry, because
how do you describe your soul?
Hold on, y'all both talking at the same time. Go ahead, Rodri. Sorry.
Us as viewers, we can pick up on stuff like that. So don't worry. Like I understand it pisses you off, but us as the viewers, we can tell that during Umbrella Gate, you were walking away. Like we could tell that it was you alienating yourself from the situation and not wanting to be near all the ruckus, and then they're walking up on you.
Yep.
Monique,
it's been that way for a while.
Monique, to me, describe your soul, because people be still coming for you, and you said that you're not going to be on the show no more. You have just exerted positivity, and Trix is still coming for you. How do you deal with that?
Look, God is good. Because at the end of the day, when you know who you are and you're secure in who you are, it really doesn't matter. Anybody can say whatever they want. They can say whatever they want about me. I know me. My husband knows me. My kids know me. And those who are close to me know me. And I think that's why a lot of people are upset, because I think, honestly, when it came to the network and production, I think that they undervalued social media. And I don't think they realize the impact that social media has. And you can put me on a show, but at the point where now I have my platform and I'm interacting with people and they're seeing consistency on my platform all the time. They see images of me and my kids. They see my Not for Lazy Moms platform, which is all about parenting and, you know, and just being a family person, being a wife, a mom, all of that. And then you're seeing my stories on Instagram. You're seeing me tweet about whatever is close and near and dear to my heart. You're seeing the other person outside of what you see on TV. And when you've seen that for 4 years and you see that kind of consistency, people who are watching the show, they're looking like, okay, yeah, I can see through this BS, because I feel like I know Monique based off of everything else that I see out here surrounding her. So if you're trying to paint this narrative and this picture of me in a way that's not really me, people are going to be able to tell. They're going to be able to see exactly what it is. The ones who truly follow and want to see it will see it.
Amazing. I did want to switch gears a little bit because we are not going to sit here and talk about these girls all show.
Yeah.
It's just not. So
somebody had another super chat come through. I'm trying to
okay.
Okay, Monique. Thank you again, Hoover fan, coming with the questions. Monique, can you speak on what the trainer thought, or has he ever reached out to you and Chris? Has he ever said or addressed with you all? Okay, so here's the crazy thing about it. And let me just say this. When we were at the reunion, one of the questions that they asked, and I was really surprised it didn't make it to the show. Now they go the whole season allowing Giselle to talk about this whole trainer, right? Think back, part 1, 2, and 3 of the reunion. Did we talk about the trainer at all? Isn't that interesting? How can you go a whole season talking about that? And then you get to the reunion and not address that? That was something that was supposed to be this big moment, right? Why wasn't it addressed? Well, it was. It just didn't make it. So what was asked of me was, what did you think when Giselle said all these things about the trainer? I said, I was relieved. And they were like, what? I said, because my whole mindset for 2 years has been to protect my child. So long as she did not bring up my child, she could say whatever she wants. And I told them, I said, I am not exempt from rumors being started. It ain't the first rumor, won't be the last. That's just how life is on this platform. So I said, I don't care about what she's saying about a trainer because I know nothing ever happened, never slept with him, never had that type of relationship. It was nothing like that. So I didn't care what she said. My concern was leave my child's name out your mouth. And I said, that's all I was worried about. So say whatever you want to say. And this is another thing that they don't think about. When you're going on these shows and you're involving people who have nothing to do with the show and you blindside them like that, that could have ruined that man's job because she actually said nasty things about him. And me and my husband had to reach out to him when we saw the episode and give him a heads up and say, hey, he don't even know what's going on. And this whole train about to hit him. So my husband and I reached out to him and we said, listen, this is what is about to be shown on the show. We are so sorry that you got mixed up into this. And we hope that this does not affect your livelihood because we all worked out at the same gym. Giselle, I used to see her up in there. Me and my husband had his trainer. I had mine. Giselle she couldn't afford a trainer. So she was working out by herself. And we all were up in the same gym and would see each other all the time. So what do you think that's going to do to him if people are trying to make these accusations and then you're doing it on a TV show? How could that, you're not even thinking about how that might affect him. It's just low down. So, yeah, so no, but he was totally just like, I'm not worried about it. Whatever. People say stuff all the time. It's fine. And then I was upset too, because he has a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So what if his girlfriend was an insecure chick? It felt some type of way that could have ruined their relationship. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you're gonna come with something like that heavy to TV, make sure it's the truth. But she knew what she was doing. She knew there was no truth to that. There was a rumor in Potomac. It was a rumor that was brought by an ex-friend of mine, purposely to production to get that on the show. That was something intentional. So
I did. Before we switch gears, because I want to hear from my people, Kaya and Aaron, before we switch over to there, I did want to ask if this dog will be quiet. I did want to ask, so why do you think there's a reason why they did not air that particular question?
Because it wasn't the answer they wanted. It wasn't the response that they wanted.
Right.
So it's like they try to put you in position where if you say the wrong thing, they can take anything and twist it and move it around. I mean, I literally saw that happen all season. So it wasn't the answer that they wanted and it wasn't the response they wanted, so.
Yeah, I definitely from a viewer's standpoint and things like that, even though you were offered a contract for the next season, in my eyes, they were setting up a lot of things to kind of push you out. in my eyes. I just feel
see
like,
that for sure.
I just feel like it was just too many scenarios and different editings. Like it just wasn't adding up. Like you guys want her to leave. You want to push her out. You want to spew this narrative about this violent, angry Black woman, and you want to give that to the world. And that's just my perspective, which I just feel like it's very unfortunate.
Monique.
Was Giselle lifting weights with her neck? I just need to know, was she using the weights with her neck? You know,
She was lifting her ankles.
Monique, I have a question.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So do you think, Monique, that you would have looked at that contract a little bit differently if those bits and pieces that were not included, because a lot was edited out of that reunion, do you think that you have looked at contract differently if they would have included those missing pieces?
I probably would have, but honestly, the way things went down on the show, behind the scenes, network production, all of that, I probably would have ended up as a friend or not on the show at all, honestly. And not by my own doing. They probably would have friended me. You know, because think about it. Like if you have these women who are so adamant about getting you off the show, and then you take that with the fact that nobody was accountable, no one took accountability for their actions. There was no apologies in the Sammy's direction at all. At all. So if you take all of that in consideration, then they weren't going to stop at it. It was going to keep going. I would have been trying to like prove myself and get back in the group, and y'all know I wasn't going to do that. So it just would have been a lose-lose situation. So they probably would have ended up basically having me film all season as much as possible, and they would have exited me off the show. They probably would have put me as a friend, barely showed me. If I could be a full-timer and the whole darn season is almost like the whole season about me, and they can remove me from 3 episodes, they can remove me from a whole season. You know, so it would have been a setup for sure. Go on, film a little bit, throw me even more under the bus, and then get rid of me, make all the fans hate me, and then be done with me. And then the fans will feel justified. Like, yeah, well, she needed to go, because they'll show something that looks so disgusting and so mean and nasty to make the fans upset at me, you know, and you know, it
like
just
they did about you laughing at the final episode with you laughing with the producer.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, let me talk about that. Let me answer this real fast. Thank you, Mrs. Nice Nasty, for the super chat. They did not promote your business in the same way they promoted others. Absolutely not fair. I don't understand why. Oh, I understand why. But yeah, they definitely didn't. And let me tell y'all about that laugh at the end.
The contagious laugh.
That was a real moment for me, because I'm laughing at the fact that this woman tried to play victim, tried to put me in jail, tried to sue me civilly, tried to tear me down and make it seem like I'm leaking stuff to bloggers, tried to like literally made up this whole story in her head. Like I had people coming after her as if I have that much time on my hands. And I had to laugh. I was just like, wow, you played yourself. Like you really played yourself. Like in a worse way. Like you look, when I recorded that confessional, that was in I think that was in May of 2020.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
it was
you were vindicated. You were vindicated.
By that time,
oh my God.
I was like, oh, I'm way over this. So I can laugh at everything. I turn everything into a laughing moment. Like anything that happens, like literally, if anybody knows me and my family, we will laugh about any and everything. So yes, it was taken out of context and there was no explanation for why I laughed the way I did. But if you think about everything, for me, I'm thinking about everything I went through. And to be on this end of it all, I had no choice but to laugh about it. I had no choice but to just be like, you know what, God, you are good. Thank you for protecting me when everybody else was trying to take.
Are you going to let them use your name next season? Are you going to let them use your name for a storyline? Are you going to allow them?
Listen, if they use my name for a storyline, they're going to make themselves look really stupid. Like, I ain't even around and you still got to talk about me? Mm-hmm. Oh, you really got to find something else.
I could definitely see them bringing that laughing clips in that season. Like at the beginning when they do the recap.
Yeah.
I need it as a ringtone.
I feel, I feel like
Oh, I'm sorry, Mitch. I'm sorry to cut you off. I did want to jump gears just a little bit because my cup has unfortunately run it over. But I don't know if you guys have been shopping Mila Eve Essentials. You know, I am a proud shopper of Mila Eve. And I know Kaya and Aaron, I don't know which one of you guys asked the question, but you had a really interesting question about oils and what it can possibly do for you. So I wanted to give you guys the floor. There you go.
Hey Jay, hey everyone here. Good to see y'all. Make sure you follow us. Give us a little follow back. Monique already does. She was actually the first Bravo celebrity to follow our page, so we really appreciate that. I want to say thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you for your support. So I wanted to ask, I have sickle cell disease. I don't know if you know a lot about that, but it's basically a chronic pain condition.
Okay.
And I know that you are in natural healing and herbs and everything like that. Do you have anything on your line or that you recommend for chronic pain, which comes with like swelling and throbbing pain, like in the muscles and stuff like that? Do you have anything that you recommend that's natural, whether it's an oil or an herb that you can, recommend for me and other people who suffer from chronic pain or joint pain?
Yes, absolutely. So without knowing all of the details about sickle cell, that's definitely something I would need to sit down and research. So I can understand more. But just off the top of my head and the knowledge that I have when it comes to chronic pain, inflammation, the first oils that come to mind are definitely going to be your more minty, peppery oils that target inflammation, that target fluid retention. We have a massage oil called Muscle Relief that's infused with a bunch of different oils, all built around anti-inflammatory. So that massage oil is called Muscle Relief. It's amazing. It's really good. And I can even look up further what oils in particular for dealing with your condition in particular, because sometimes I can use an oil for one thing and it works fine for me based off of whatever I'm going through. But then there's other oils that have the same properties that may react better for you. So without looking deeper into it, I don't want to just be like shooting off a bunch of different oils, but for what I do know right off the top of my head, Muscle Relief. That is so good for inflammation issues and for like fluid retention and pain. So that would be one that I would definitely say to consider. And it has one of my favorite oils. It's called black pepper. It's black pepper. It's an oil. And you'd be surprised how good it smells, but it is the best for inflammation. So there's a lot of other oils too. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I know Aaron has a question.
Yes, you guys have the floor. Go ahead.
Yes. I was wondering, so would you ever do like a workout DVD with Chris, kind of like how Phaedra did with Apollo?
Listen, y'all would be so mad at my darn workout video because I'd be just sitting there eating the whole time.
You'd be here for it.
Working hard, and I would just be like, "Yeah, go ahead over there, go ahead and do it." That's why I had to get a trainer in the first place because I hate working out. So look, I'm like, I can't be seen in these streets with a trainer no more. Then people gonna start more rumors. Chef. Next thing you know, people gonna be saying that the chef cooking more than in my kitchen. I mean, like,
oh no.
But no, if I did, it would be Pure Barre. I do love doing Pure Barre, which I've done that on the show several times, even while I was pregnant. So I do enjoy working out without like lifting all of the heavy weights and all that type of stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know if Chris would be into that. My husband just be wanting to sit around and chill. He don't be wanting to do nothing. The most manual labor I can get him to do is dropping off Mila Eve Essentials packages to UPS in the post office for me. But he does have a trainer now. So he's been working out 3 times a week. He just got his butt kicked today working out. So he might be up to it. That would be fun though.
Yes, I love it. Marcella,
you are hilarious. Thank you.
I don't even see Marcella pick up her phone to do this. Like, when is this happening?
Do you have a pamphlet to give us oil advice for different remedies? Actually, I'm building an actual pamphlet that's going to be, printed. But in the meantime, if you go on to MilaEveEssentials.com or shop Mila Eve, if you don't feel like typing the whole name, there is a whole profile for every oil. I give you background information. I give you little known facts. I give you recipes. I give you the properties of the oil and the Latin name of the oil and all of that stuff. So if you have any oil that you are like wanting to know more about, if you type that oil in, the whole profile comes up. And if you just type in what symptoms you might have, so if it's stress, or if you need sleep, or if you want a libido booster, you can type in sex in the darn search box, and the oils that are geared towards those different areas will populate. So look, I try to make Mila Eve where it's so simple and so easy that you will be able to buy your oils and you'll know exactly what to do with them. There's no confusion. They won't sit on your counter for months and you don't know what to do with it. So yes.
Yes, before we switch off, I was browsing the site the other day and I didn't know you had like a auto payment shipment type thing.
Subscription. Yes.
I was like, oh, that's an amazing feature. Like that's
Thank you. Lisa Elsie, thank you so much for the super chat. Lisa said, your fans aren't naive. We saw everything and got your back. Bravo, Giselle, Gizzard Neck, and Andy got it coming to them. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I know we're running low on time, but I did want to give Rodri the floor really quickly because he did have something that I feel like we can all resonate with since we all have been in this pandemic together.
Yeah.
Rodri, the floor is yours.
Well, Monique said something really important earlier when she was talking about how she handles all of the hate and all the stuff that was coming at her. And she said she's a really secure woman. And I think we can all learn from her in that because, you know, we're going through this pandemic. A lot of people just are feeling purposeless, and mental health issues are going up in this pandemic because people are just sitting at home, got nothing to do, no sunlight. So I was asking you, you know, what's your advice for people that might need help with self-esteem or just are feeling down? How can they feel better?
Yes. Okay. I can totally answer this question because everybody goes through the motions. Everybody goes through their different ups and downs, especially when you're confined to being home and you're seeing the same thing every single day. What we try to do here is we try to get the kids out the house, even for us, like getting out, getting some fresh air. We were outside today. It's freezing. I don't know what out there. I stepped out there for a second and then I was like, yeah, y'all got that. But
there's snow.
Huh?
There's snow.
Snow everywhere. My kids were like loving it. My daughter literally went outside and laid on the ground. She was just laying there. I'm like, what are you doing? Just laying on the ground. So yes, I would say as much as possible, try to create a routine. It might sound real simple and just like, oh, okay. But I'm telling you, if you have a routine, like what I do now, I set my alarm for 7:30. I wake up, I get in the shower, I get myself dressed. Even though I'm not going anywhere, I still get myself dressed and I feel good. I go downstairs, I make my coffee, I drink water before I drink my coffee. I sit down at my computer and I get some stuff done, whatever work I need to do, articles or writing out podcast episodes or whatever, writing out oil profiles. I get it done and I do it before my kids get up. And then once they're up, either I will have ordered breakfast or I would have made them some pancakes and oatmeal. I sit there with T'Challa on my shoulder. He enjoys it because it's just me and him. But having a routine, even if you schedule yourself and just say, okay, I'm going to get up at this certain time and here's what I'm going to do each day. Even if you don't stick to it every day, having something to look forward to can really be the difference maker for a lot of people. And then getting active, you know, like I said, I hate working out, but if you go outside, if it's not too cold, go for a walk, or even my kids and I will sit out front and just like shoot basketball around or just sit on the porch, even something as simple as sitting outside on the porch, changing up the scenery, getting some natural sunlight, because all the blue light and then being indoors with artificial light, that can affect your mood. It really can. So try to get some natural light, try to, you know, read a book or do something that you've never done before, you know, just start thinking more outside the box, do a lot of virtual, you know, workshops or seeing your family over FaceTime helps. So we started doing that during the quarantine. We always had a family group text, but we actually started doing Zoom parties with the family. We would have our little cocktail hours and it was just nice. We could see each other and feel more connected. My kids get excited. So just trying to figure out different ways to make the day fun and different. And then my kids will document the day. I'll tell them, write about your day. You know, tell me about what you thought. What was your favorite thing that we did today? And then we'll do like movie nights where we just like bundle up on the couch and watch a movie. But for the people out there who may live alone, or if you're single, I would say connect with people over video. There has to be some type of human to human connection.
Yeah.
You know, that has to happen. I think that this pandemic has shown us more than anything that we thrive and we need human interaction. Like it's it's mandatory. Like it's a must for our mental state. So I hope that okay.
I coach tennis part-time, and I always tell that to my kids because, you know, we're in a pandemic and they're at home doing school all the time, and then they come into tennis practice and they don't talk to each other. And I'm like, you guys need human-to-human interaction, or else this pandemic is going to feel like it lasted a whole 10 years.
Yes. Thank you so much, Scuba Steve, for the super chat. Monique, we all see through Bravo BS. You're clearly the fan favorite. I'm so proud of you for continuing to speak your truth. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think we had another one come through as well. Was that you again, Marcelo? No, I see it. I see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you, Mad Love. So glad to have gotten exposed to your awesomeness. Oh, thank you. Shout out to Child of Peace, Love, and Blessings. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I want a shelf so you can build, so I can put my Mila Eve stuff on. And you know, this COVID, my husband loved just being in the house because he wants me, when I get up, I take a shower, I have my coffee, and he said, just be naked all day. Put some of that Mila Eve de-stress on you. I like the way that smells.
Anti-stress.
De-stress yourself and get back in this bed.
You know, all right, you love. So I'm gonna see Marcella soon, and you ordered one of the Lover's Lane kits. Oh my God! Get your hands on that. It has that rose 3%. Oh, it is so good. You're gonna love that. You're gonna love that.
17 years of marriage. 17 years of marriage and still banging like we met at the club.
Okay. I need some of that type of energy over here because mama be tired. Chris be mad as I don't know what. Like, you going to sleep again? I'm like, baby, I just want to cuddle with my pillow tonight. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. But yeah, I'm finally, like I said, get a routine. I'm finally giving myself a routine because when I had all these Mila Eve essential orders coming in by the hundreds, I was literally getting up and I would be working from 8 a.m. until 4 a.m. the next day. I mean, and it was day after day after day. I ended up losing like 4 pounds. I was like, okay, I got to get this in check because I can't afford to lose no weight. And I had to kind of regroup and just say, all right, here's my office hours. I don't care how many orders I have to create these office hours. And then I finally got caught up with all the orders. Everything has been fulfilled. And every day I'm able to like manage it and stay on top, plus handle some of my other projects like Binder Time Stories. That's going to be coming soon.
Yes.
That I get a sneak peek in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Jay, I love you. Jay, listen.
I love you. Listen.
Me and you and Hen Dog, we need to get together with this Hen Dog, honey.
I will be in DC on the 18th through the 20th. One of those days, but I'll be down there.
18th to the 20th, yeah.
Yes.
21st.
What date you coming to Virginia?
He's coming up here. He's coming to Bethesda.
I will be there on Friday. I will be there on Friday. I will be at Eddie V's on Friday, Eddie V's, and then Saturday the Four Seasons, and then Sunday I'm coming back to Virginia and get my Mila Eve ready for my husband for the Lover's Lane, and we're gonna get it in.
Yes. Listen, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming out. Boss Squad, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all are subscribed. If it's your first time watching the show, let us know what you thought in the comment section. Spread the word. We're doing this every Wednesday. Next week, we have another panel. I will announce that panel on Sunday. And we're going to just keep this great energy flowing, y'all. So I'm about to hop off. And then I have my Not for Lazy Moms Wind Down Wednesday with Riley Knox. And we have a special guest, Monique Kelly. She has her new book, Reality and Chaos. So y'all make sure y'all get it. So yes. So it's going to be a great wind down. I'm going to finally open up some wine and have a little drink tonight. And anybody that is looking for some great Valentine's Day gifts, make sure that you visit Mila Eve Essentials. We have some amazing kits for Valentine's Day. I try to bundle some really good oils that are usually very expensive. And I bundle them together and make a kit so that you can buy, you know, you spend a little money, but you're not going to spend nowhere near if you would have bought all of the stuff individually. So I try to give you a nice, good discount. And these kits are beautiful. If you look at my stories on Instagram, Mrs. Monique Samuels on Instagram, you'll see that I actually showed you how we put the kit together. We actually package it really nice. We put some tissue paper, tie it with a bow. It has a little insert card that tells you everything you have in your kit and how to use it. And it's very romantic. The Lover's Lane actually comes with this lavender infused soy candle, bath salts, a massage oil that is not available for sale by itself. It's called Rekindle. And it has all of those libido stimulators inside that oil for a nice little sexy romantic massage. And then it has 4 amazing oils that's included in the kit. So make sure y'all check it out. And I will see y'all next week. So listen.
I'll tell y'all about it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to use it.
Lover's Lane.
Thank you for having us.
That's what I'm getting.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all
That's
so
what we
much.
did, Marcella.
I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody else in the comments. Y'all have a great night. Mary, thank you so much for holding it down for us. Download the song Drag Queens. Keep playing that song until we get out of quarantine and we can all get together and do
everybody on the screen. Are we gonna do where you can find us at?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Everybody, yes, let's go across and please tell us where we can find you. And it's also written in the description below.
Yeah. I just want to say it's like, I don't know if it's alcohol talking or if it's just my real emotions. Today, I lost my grandfather. So seeing all of you guys really has put me in like an amazing mood to what I was really going to call off today. But everybody here, Mitch, Rodri, Marcella, Kaya, Aaron, Monique, I enjoyed the energy. It was really moving and it put me in a very positive mood.
Jay, when you come to the DMV, Monique and I are gonna give you a hug.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna take you shooting. Get some of that steam off.
Is that what we're gonna do?
You want to?
I mean, we can.
You want to shoot one of my guns?
Yeah, I would love to.
You're a sharpshooter now.
But you guys
hear about your grandfather, Jay?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm honestly fine. But you guys can follow me on Instagram at JAYE Hinson, HINSON. Maybe the Monique and Portia page will come back. I don't know, but you guys can follow me on my personal Instagram.
Awesome.
Jay, we love you. We're praying for you. Thank you so much for contacting us. Monique, thank you for having us. You can just find us at Bravo While Black on Instagram and Twitter. And girl, if you want to come on our podcast, let us know.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I agree. I can come on. Go ahead, Rodri.
Well, thank you so much to Jay for contacting me. And like I said, when you come here, Monique's gonna take you shooting. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but I'm praying for you. And we're gonna have fun here in the DMV. You can find me at the Grand Dame of Potomac. I have a Karen Huger fan page. Love me some Karen. Or you can find me at my personal Rodri.Pedraza. Thank you so much, Monique, for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Marcella.
Girl, you can find me on Speak With Your Girl Marcella, but I need 1,000 subscribers. And once we do, we're going to go in the dark with Marcella and some Hennessy. But you know what, Monique? I want these two to meet because the Bravo chat room, these two guys, Roderick and Mitch, oh my God, they could be fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see. Jesus. But if you subscribe to Speak With Your Girl Marcella, we're going to be talking about relationships, sex, men, husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends. Subscribe so I can start coming on live. And guess what? I'm going to have Monique up there so we can dig into her real business.
Let's do it. All right, y'all. All right, Mitch, where can we find you, Mitch?
So you can find me at Mitch What on Instagram, at Karen Huger Shade on Instagram, at Bro Chat Room on Instagram. It's like the guy version of The View. It's like a chat show.
Okay. Yes, I saw it because RJ's on that show with you, right?
Yes, me and RJ.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And to everybody out there, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to everyone's channels and pages. All of their information is also below. Just click. It's that easy. And we will see you next week. So have a good night.
Yes.
Bye, Jay.